Welcome to part 2 of the installment payment system. Well, in this part of the video, we are going to learn about the accounting entries in the books of vendor and the ledger postings also in the books of vendor. Only the necessary part. So let us begin with Dr. Aarti Mudliar, Department of Commerce, the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. The accounting entries in the books of vendor is similar as we record the credit sales. Because in the vendor, whenever he is selling any goods, it will be simply recorded as a credit sale. So whenever we pass any credit sale entry, that is debtors account debited to sales. But here is a slight change. Since this is an installment payment system, the vendor is going to charge certain amount of interest. So on the date of sale itself, the vendor will be recording the entry as purchaser account debited, who is a debtor, to sales to interest suspense. Now let us understand this interest amount is nothing but income for the vendor. So he will be recording it as interest suspense being credit. Why is interest suspense and not interest? It is so because the amount of interest is not yet been earned. It will be earned as soon as the installment becomes due. So the entry, I hope you all have understood, is simply purchaser account debited to sales. Now the sales amount will be recorded with the cash price, mind it, the total cash price of the goods which he is selling on the installment payment system. And the interest suspense account will be credited with the total amount of interest to be charged under various installments. Therefore, the purchaser will be debited with the entire credit purchase price, that is cash price plus interest. Now the next entry could be of the down payment which is made by the buyer to the vendor. So if the vendor is receiving any down payment on the date of purchase, he will simply record it as bank account debited to buyer or purchaser. Why? Because this is the cash price being paid, or the part of cash price which is paid by the buyer to the vendor, and therefore no amount of interest will be included in this particular entry, in the down payment that is. Now, the time will pass and the date of installment will become due. So on that particular date, the vendor has to pass the entry for the installment due. As he has already debited purchaser's account in the beginning, that is on the date of sale itself, now he has made the interest due. He has to make the interest due at the date of installment. So on that date, the entry would be passed as interest suspense account debited to interest. Why? Because now this income becomes due, the income of interest. So he will credit interest account in his books just the same as the buyer has passed the entry as interest account debited to vendor at the time of installment. So it is just the opposite entry in the books of vendor as interest suspense account debited to interest, only with the amount of interest included in the first installment. Now once the interest has become due, he will be receiving the amount of installment. So for that, the entry would be bank account debited to buyer. Now bank account is debited because he is receiving interest and debit what comes in, and buyer will be credited because credit the giver. Now once he has credited the amount of income, that is interest, it has to be transferred to profit and loss account. So to transfer the amount of interest to profit and loss account, the entry would be interest account debited to profit and loss account. Now there would be no case of depreciation because the asset belongs to the buyer and buyer has already charged depreciation in his books. So every year now, the entries would be passed as number 1, to claim interest or to make the installment due by passing the entry. Now once the interest has been transferred to profit and loss account, there is one more thing which has to be transferred to the income statement, and that is the amount of sales. Yes, this credit sale which has been recorded on the date of sale itself has to be transferred to the trading account, and for that the entry would be sales account debited to trading account. Now, by passing this entry, sales will be recorded in the credit side of the trading account of vendor. Now, going further to the entries for every subsequent years, let me tell you that just 3 entries are to be passed henceforth till the last installment has been paid. So the very first entry in all the subsequent years would be number 1, interest suspense account debited to interest, to charge installment or to make the installment due. The next entry would be for receiving the installment amount, that is bank account debited to buyer or purchaser. And the last entry would be the transfer entry, that is interest account debited to profit and loss account. That means every further years you have to pass just 3 entries. 1, to make the installment due, 2nd, to get the installment amount, and 3rd, just the transfer entry. Now let us understand the necessary ledger accounts to be prepared in the books of vendor. So there are 3 important ledger accounts which you will be preparing, and that is purchaser's account, interest suspense account, and interest account. So let us understand the ledger posting in the books of vendor, and the very first account is purchaser's account. Now let us understand this purchaser or the buyer is a debtor in the books of vendor. Alright, so we will be starting from the debit side of this account. So very first thing we need to record is the very first entry which we had passed with the amount of sale, that is the cash price, and the amount of interest written as interest suspense. So in purchaser's account, in the debit side on the date of sale, you will write to sales account and to interest suspense account. Now against sales account, write down the full amount of cash price, and against interest suspense account, debit the full amount of interest. If any down payment has been made on the same date, then record it in the credit side of the buyer's account or the purchaser's account as simply by bank. This is the part payment of the cash price made at the time of sale itself. And because of this amount, the balance of debtors is reducing, therefore we are writing it in the credit side. Now, on the date of installment, you will be receiving the amount of installment again. So, on the date of installment, you will be crediting purchaser account again with by bank, and this will be the entire amount of first installment. That is the cash price of the first installment and the interest included in that. There would be remaining certain balance. Why? Because you have just paid a part of the entire credit purchase price. Therefore, the balance will be carried down and brought down to the next year or to the next part of this particular account. Now, after bringing down the balance, you will again have to credit the buyer's account with the amount of subsequent installments by writing in the credit side as by bank account. So for each installment, you simply need to write on the date of installments by bank and carry down the balances as the closing balance and bring it down as the opening balance in the next years till the last installment has been paid. I hope you have understood how to prepare the purchaser's account. Now let us move further to interest suspense account. Well, in the very first entry itself, you had credited interest suspense account with the entire amount of interest to be included in the credit purchase price. Therefore, this account will start from the credit side by writing by purchaser, and in the amount column you will be writing the entire amount of interest included in the credit purchase price. Now, as and when the installment becomes due, you will be debiting this particular account by writing to interest. Why? Because on the date of installments, the entry which was passed was in interest suspense account debited to interest. Therefore, debit interest suspense account with writing to suspense, and this amount will be the interest included in the first installment. Now, definitely there would be certain balance remaining. So write it as to balance carry down and bring it down to the next year. Now, in every subsequent years, you will be debiting this particular amount on the date of each installment by writing to interest with the amount of interest included in all subsequent installments till the last installment has been paid and this interest suspense gets written off. Now let us understand the last account, and that is interest account. Well, as we all know, this interest amount is an income for the vendor. Therefore, incomes are credited and the interest account will be credited with interest suspense account. That is, you need to write as by interest suspense in the credit side of the interest account with the interest amount included in the first installment. And then every year, as all the nominal accounts are transferred to profit and loss account, so in the debit side you need to write to profit and loss account just as a transfer entry, and this is how each year you will be crediting interest account by writing by interest suspense with the amount of interest and transfer it to the profit and loss account in the debit side by writing to profit and loss account. So isn't it very simple to understand how to prepare interest account? Well, my dear students, you have already learned that by using annuity method, we can calculate the cash price or the credit purchase price. And this calculation we have already understood in my previous video, that is accounting for hire purchase system. So let me tell you that this annuity method calculation for the cash price or the credit purchase price is same as we had done in the hire purchase system. So kindly refer to the previous video for the valuation of cash price or the credit purchase price by using annuity method. Well, to find out the cash price included in each installments and the amount of interest or maybe the credit purchase price of each installment, we can follow the analytical table. Now let me tell you that this analytical table is also just the same as we had studied under hire purchase system. So how to prepare this table, how to find out the amount of interest and the cash price included in each installment, you can again refer to my previous video. Well, for the calculation of cash price, we can also follow a back calculation method which has also been described in the previous video. And also for the calculation of interest, you can refer the previous video. So therefore, to understand all these things, that is the calculation of cash price and the calculation of interest, it is very important to watch the video on hire purchase system. So after referring my previous video, that is on hire purchase system, I hope the valuation of interest and cash price would be absolutely clear to you and you will be able to attempt the questions based on hire purchase system. So that's all for this video. Till then, keep healthy, keep safe.